Hey traders, Josh here from Cyber Trading University, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build a simple and effective scanner for day trading using TradingView. Now this is what I use every single morning before the opening bell to find the top movers, and this gives me the chance to build a clean and focused morning watch list. Whether you're trading part-time or full-time, this scanner setup is about to give you a serious edge. So let's get to it. So the first thing that you should know about TradingView is that it is absolutely free to use these screeners. All you do is go directly to tradingview.com. It will take you to their homepage right here and just go to products. You should see not just their charts, their calendars, their news flow, but also their screeners. And they don't just have screeners for US equities or just stocks, but they also have them for other assets, ETFs, bonds, and even crypto. For this demonstration and for this video, we're going to focus just on stocks, and we're going to just jump right into it here to begin to build our very own day trading screener. So I've started off a little bit here, but I haven't added any of the criteria to this screener just yet. So let's show you how to do this. There's a few different filters that we'll add, and we also want to make sure that they are showing in these columns here. So let's start with our filters. We're going to filter first just based on price. And that's already showing on the far right column there, which I'll show in just a moment at least. But everyone has their own price range in which they scan for. So I'm just going to give you my own price range for this demonstration. I like to filter typically between $1 and $50 per share. So I had clicked that feature to have between, and then I just made my price range between 1 and 50. And after I click apply, just notice that this list will immediately change. It's only going to show you stocks that are between $1 and $50 per share. Now from there though, let's apply our other criteria, because scanning the market is not just revolved around price. It's revolved around momentum and volatility as well as volume. So let's jump right back to our filters. We're going to click this little plus icon here. Now we're going to type in a very specific phrase. We're going to type in pre-market, because if you're using this scan to build up your morning watch list, and specifically if you're using the scan during the pre-market hours, then I'd want to make sure I'm focused around the percent change of that time. So they have pre-market change percent, which I'll be using here. Now, I'm going to try and focus on stocks that are 5% or higher. Typically, you'd like to imagine if the stock is up a lot already on the morning, something's up. There might be news. There might just be excessive momentum from the prior trading day. So I like to at least focus on stocks more than 5% up so far. Then from there, finally, we're going to go back to this little plus mark. We're going to type that phrase in pre-market one more time. And now we're going to focus on pre-market volume. Pre-market volume. Now I like to focus on stocks that are trading over 100,000 shares during the pre-market hours at least. That number will change once we trade throughout the morning. Going into the morning, into the afternoon, I'll show you my next scanner here, my next screener rather, and we like to increase this criteria over the course of the day. So for now, 100,000 shares is fine. Now this is my criteria, but mind you though, this doesn't really give me much to work with just yet because I don't really have much to sort through technically. I need to have these criteria actually showing in this panel. So I go over to the far right, and there's another little plus mark here. This will allow me to see the pre-market change. This will also allow me to see the pre-market volume. See the pre-market volume as well. And what we're going to do is actually filter this scan or organize it so it's showing the stocks that are up the most percentage-wise technically at the very top. So here we are. Just going to hide my criteria for right now because you see everything showing. And right away for the pre-market hours at least, you could see that this stock DALN actually was up as much as 207%. And it was trading as much as 100 or trading as much as 1.92 million shares nearly 2 million shares total on the morning so far. Now there's other trades too, as we'll show, and there's SAFX, which was up 136%. There was MP, which was up 60%. So this scan is frequently updating throughout the morning, and it's actually updating every 10 seconds. There's a filter here that you could set to auto refresh every 10 seconds as much as. With trading, you need to have not just real-time data, but real-time scanning as well. So this is as quick as you'll get via TradingView, which I find to be pretty fast here. For this scanner to update every 10 seconds, it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. This next screener is for the regular trading hours. So once the market opens up, not only are a lot of these trades from the pre-market hours going to drop off, they're going to finish up their moves already, but there's also going to be a plethora of other stocks that are going to make a move over the course of the day, from the morning into the afternoon. So this screener is specifically built for the regular hours, the regular trading hours here. Now, this criteria is extremely similar to our pre-market scanner, but there's a couple of differences. For instance, you could see here both for change as well as volume. It does not say the word pre-market next to it, right? So there's actually a specific filter for pre-market change percent, and then there's a specific filter for just regular change percent. So what you would do is just click that little plus mark again, and this time you'll just type in change, and then you should just see right here, price change percent. And that's what you'll be using for this regular hour scan. This is going to calculate how much the stock is up or rather down based off of the prior day's closing price. And it goes across the entire day. And this is real time, of course. So this will always be adjusting as the market is moving. Now, our next and final criteria here is the volume, but very similar to the percent change. You need to make sure this is set to just regular old volume, and that's a separate filter compared to the pre-market volume. So again, just click this little plus mark right there and just type in volume. Pretty simple. You'll see it pop up right here as one of the choices, one of the options, and then from there you could filter this. Now the key though for volume is that, as I'd mentioned earlier, across the entire day, we're going to see stocks move, trade more volume over time. So I do like to increase this number going from the early morning into the early afternoon. So currently, actually, as I'm making this video, it is technically 1:24 p.m. Eastern time. I'm using about 500,000 shares minimum as my filter. Now again, just make sure that the auto refresh here, as you clicked on the settings gear, is set to every 10 seconds. So it does that heavy lifting for you, as I'd previously said. Now there's two stocks that we could show here in this video because they're currently moving and we are calling them out actually inside our live trading room. As the market is moving, our traders are there and we're making call outs for them. So there's actually a couple of stocks that we had mentioned just a moment ago. The first of them is this one, ASST. This was a stock that was not moving in the pre-market hours. It only started to move just recently, heading into the late morning, just over the last hour or so. It's up about 21% right now. That's the change percent. And it's trading about 5.4 million shares across the whole day, not just factoring in the pre-market hours. So here is this ASST stock. And as you could see, it did pop beginning as early as 9:35 in the morning, but started to trade a lot more volume as it was beginning to move higher. This ended up popping up on my screener here heading into the late morning because that's when it started to trade over 500,000 shares. Now at this point, it's still showing good direction, and there's a chance for this to try and move up even more before the end of the day today. Now we go back to this screener and there is another stock that we are currently focused on live in our room. If I could find it here for us, it's the ticker JOBY, Jobby. And this is up just about 6.6% It's a stock that we're very familiar with. We've called this stock out inside our live room very frequently. So when we see it moving, when we see it trending up, let alone just on our screener, this gives us a pretty quick ability to take a look to see what the stock is up to. And if it just shows good direction, it's near the high of the day, it's showing an uptrend, it's something right away that we'll take the time to focus on. So that's how you build a simple and effective screener for day trading using TradingView. This is what my students and I use each and every morning to start our day with confidence, and it just takes a couple of minutes to build and even just a couple of seconds to run. If you found this video helpful, drop a like, hit the follow and subscribe button down below, and even leave a comment. Let me know personally what criteria that you use when it comes to scanning the market. And if you wanted to take your trading to the next level and join us inside our live trading room, you could start by registering for our next free event, our next free webinar. We do these each and every week. Go right to cybertradinguniversity.com or even hit the link down below here and you could register yourself for our next free event. I look forward to seeing you folks, and we'll see you upcoming in our next video here. Take care.